Hey all, and welcome to the third devlog for my game analog, the Backrooms. So, in this devlog, I wanted to cover a few things that I neglected to do in the first two, mainly the story and what I've been doing for the past few months, just updating the game. So, to start out with the story, the basic concept for analog is, what if the Backrooms was a real place? And what if you were the first exploration team to ever step foot inside of that space? I wanted to bring that idea into a playable experience. So, in Analog, you'll be playing as one of the first exploration teams to do just that, step foot into the Backrooms. I wanted to make sure that I stayed faithful to the canon and lore of the Backrooms while still allowing people to explore a majority of the liminal spaces that are inside. So the focus is going to be a little bit more on exploration, finding different items, and also progressing through the story of the character that you're playing, ultimately culminating into an ending. I won't spoil it for everybody, but on top of that, you will have to deal with entities. They aren't the main focus, but they are lurking about. They are looking, and if they catch you, they will utterly disembowel you. I'm taking a little bit more realistic and gory approach to the entities, so if you saw my first devlog, my entities tend to look a lot different from what is depicted in traditional Backrooms lore. So, what I've been doing on the game, well, first off, I had moved the enemy AI from behavior tree over to a state tree solution. I'm still working through that and getting it all set up. I chose to go with the state tree simply because I needed a little bit more flexibility and control over when and where the enemy will switch states, because the enemies in this game, I don't want to have enemies to just see you and then immediately attack. I wanted a little bit of strategy behind them. Perhaps they're lurking about and just observing you. Perhaps they're setting up an ambush. Perhaps they're trying to corral you into a more advantageous spot. And perhaps they'll follow you where you least expect them to follow. I wanted to take a look at games like Alien Isolation and see if I could bring some of that behavior into the Backrooms entities, so it's not just going to be a straight I see you, I chase you down sort of game. There will be progression in the game. You can increase stats, you can earn experience and distribute points to increase your running speed, your stamina, your hiding and sneaking abilities, your athleticism, things of that nature to apply to your character. You can also find upgrades to your equipment and suits that are located throughout the different areas of the Backrooms. The main research team, which sent you in to the Backrooms, is constantly trying to ship supplies. However, they haven't quite nailed the dimensional portal yet, so those chests are kind of warping in at different locations. If you find them, they're full of supplies, which can greatly aid you. Some other things I've been working on, apart from the AI, is optimization in regards to ray tracing. I recently updated the latest engine of 5.6, so there's been a huge performance boost in both Lumen, Nanite, and Megalites, which all of those things are making Level 0 look fantastic. Apart from that, I've done some additional work on materials and updating different material features. I've also been smoothing out certain aspects of the enemy behavior, such as their look at timings and rotations, making sure that the door breaches are behaving as expected. And I also added in a lot more of the character's equipment. So now I finally got an actual 1980s VHS camcorder, probably one of the smallest ones ever held. And that's mounted on the player's shoulder. The light works, so when you turn on the light, the other players can see it turn on. Also, a default backpack, which you're carrying around your belongings in. The other two things I've been working on is actually a multiplayer lobby screen and multiplayer lobby assets. So it's still work in progress. There's still a lot to do on it, but I got the main floor and the main podiums in which the characters stand on. And of course, a neat portal that opens up when everybody's ready to start the game. So in addition to the lobby, I also have a rudimentary chat system as well as enabled voice over IP. And the final thing I would say that I've been working on is trying to hit the music and the theme of the game, and I believe I've come across the theme that I'm happy with. So the other thing that I'm also working on is collectibles that you can find throughout the levels, which if found you can unlock other pieces of gear. Also the ability to change colors and patterns on your hazmat suit for your characters as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm looking for all sorts of feedback from the community, especially if you enjoy the Backrooms, you love different games that interact with liminal horror or analog horror. I'm trying to make this the most comprehensive, realistic experience possible that you can enjoy with your friends or solo, should you choose, as you go through the story. And I look forward to reading those comments and getting the feedback. I will have a Discord server shortly, which I'll link in the description of the next devlog video for people to join and also give suggestions and possibly playtest as I near getting more towards a solid alpha. So thank you for hanging out, and I'll be back again with more updates. Until then, we'll see you next time.